Chapter 4 on Someone Else's Recovery, Snowed In. The wind shows us how close to the edge we are. Joan Didion. We have these big windows at work. I felt like I was in a tiny square globe, watching giant flakes of snow pour from the angry sky. A massive storm had blown in from New York. I'm conflicted with these bigger snowfalls, watching it happen as slow, peaceful and beautiful. I feel like a child who wants to wander through it and feel the stillness, the crunch under my feet, the insulation of all other sound. The other half of me surges with adrenaline of not being able to get home peacefully or being holed up at home with limited supplies, wondering when it will stop and what the damage will be. It was this kind of day. The day I had a call from Derek saying detox said Monday, so he's just going to drink. Like a petulant hurt child, I thought in one breath. But then also the come-off could cause huge damage if he did not stop properly. I never thought of nor walked that big-top circus tightrope before. He had no vehicle. His money was whittling down like wood, homeless with no immediate family living here, no good friends around him, only others stuck in the same limbo he was. I felt desperate for him. I felt an invisible clock tick and trickle over me with the snowfall. I had plans to go to an art show, and had bought tickets before my life had derailed into this current existence. I fought wanting to go until we decided it was too unsafe to drive in Detroit in this weather. After that was settled, the chunk of time cleared before me. Nothing to do, nowhere to be until Monday morning. I started calling the mental health emergency lines, gathering more information. I stated how dire the situation was, and that my now God-given mission, one a snowstorm had given me, was to get Derek into detox or admitted into a psychiatric ward within the next 24 hours. It was ending in one or two of these ways, and I was not hearing otherwise. His mother backed that wish up as well. It is funny that I had to call this girl to get information about these resources. Detox is like a secret club. Even those that go don't know the tricks. You have to call every hour, on the hour, to get someone in. Basically, annoy them for help. Also, you can't just wander in. You have to go through the ER rooms to get to detox. So, go to the ER, and while you are there, or the doctors and nurses can call them all the time, and that should do the trick. Seems so ass backwards that this is the minefield I have to navigate to make it happen. Instead of being respectful of resources and waiting and calling when they told us to, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, is what I took from that call. Okay, I thought. I will be really squeaky then if I have to lie to get what I need, because playing nice has brought this person I love with all my heart close to death. I texted Derek, "Stop drinking now. I am coming to get you." He had a meeting absolutely wasted with a caseworker who was giving him other options, none including going to detox. It was just informational, you can live here and attend this program type things. He called me about it. I just thought, how could someone make these decisions when they were so out of their mind? Forget that meeting, hun. I am coming to get you. Stay there. I'm on my way. Do not leave. The slur had worsened to a level I hadn't heard yet. I worried he would pass out cold and go into a coma before I even got there. I called Uber, wondering about wait times or if people deciding to stay home would hurt my mission. I must have had angels by my side because I had a nice guy drive me right away and wait for me to collect him, which was akin to getting a toddler ready for school in the morning. I never stepped foot in this place. I knew about it. I work at a pawn shop, so I'm not oblivious to what it is and who is there, and I'm not judgmental about it. It is different, though, when you see someone on one track and then look over within weeks, and this is where it has escalated to. I remember going to the dry house with you before we went to my place to have dinner, just weeks before. You left me with your roommates as you blared and sang Childish Gambino while showering. I could hear the echo of you off the beaded tile walls. One guy playing Call of Duty in front of me, semi-paying attention and being haphazardly nice, the other guy sitting on the opposite couch and having a really nice conversation between strangers that left me feeling positive about this space. Now I walk into Salvation Army. It smells like a grade school gym, musty and worn. There are employees behind glass, and I lean into the speaker hole to ask where you are. Relation? The young, tired boy robotically states, "I don't want to say I'm your girlfriend. I haven't even seen you, and I'm embarrassed, but I say it anyways. It's just the easiest way to explain." He glides from behind the counter, and I follow him. You are right behind me, though, sitting on a small bench, sunk into the wall, drowsily eating a sandwich. I hear you smack your food as it rolls around. White bread, mustard, bologna. the second smell of grade school. The employee stands next to me, and we talk about you like you are not there. Like I am a parent, like I even know what's going on. Where is he getting the drink? Where is he hiding it? He is sober in the morning, goes on a walk, and comes back in a state, the kid says, eyebrows raised. I check him, nothing. Derek has been at this so long, I think back to him guzzling soft white milk to ease his hangover. It's a bunch of magicians who never reveal to anyone but their own kind how to do it unnoticed. The kid explains that if he checks his room and finds anything, he can't stay, alluding to the fact that now is the time to go chuck anything away before he looks, a get-out-of-jail-free card. He must like Derek on a level to do this. I try my best to reason with him to go throw it out now if he has anything. Up and down, he swears there is nothing. I ask if I can go do a pre-search, but I'm told I can't go into his room. We have been calling detox with him, he explains, the same stuff Derek told me about no beds. The employee thinks what I'm doing is pointless. Derek got out of the hospital last night. They sent him back after he threatened suicide to Carla, a friend of his that I met the night of my comedy show. I stayed in contact with her and she's been helping too. She called the ambulance here to get him last night. He came home after what seemed to be a good show that he was fine and didn't need to be there. He doesn't want to die when he sobers up. He wants more then. Why take him back there? I can't put into words the force of manifestation that was upon me. I just knew I was a person to get the job done. I was going to make it happen no matter what. I wasn't going to tell him or Derek that I talked to his mom, a retired nurse that had been worried sick and wanted me to form him if that was my last option. With the suicidal tendencies while drinking, being in and out of fights, police custody, and the hospital in the last 72 hours, Derek sitting there slouched, kicking his feet while eating a sandwich, mustard spreading above his lips, bags under his eyes. Thin and almost see-through now. It was as though he was two separate people colliding to make one person that didn't add up to a clear picture of anything. He was so happy to have me there, though. It was incredibly flattering how his smile spread. His demeanor instantly improved having me there. I made sure he had his wallet and health card before trying to get him out. I checked his pockets for booze, too, and came up empty, thankfully. His wallet was dirty and torn. I had mud on my hands as I brushed off after looking inside of it. He didn't want to go. He made that clear, especially after his last few days pinballing around the system, ending up worse off. I validated him, but I knew he loved me so much that if I was there, he would go anywhere with me. He wasn't even sure where he was or where we were going really, so I didn't feel too bad to take him out again. The Uber driver spotted us coming out. Derek's weight was slung over me so I could steady his wobble to the car. It was apparent. My stress went up seeing his raised eyebrows on his friendly face. No Uber or cab wants the drunk in their car who will puke and cause problems. Sometimes I thank God that I'm cute. I got us in and adjusted, strapping the seatbelts over slippery, sunken, dead weight. I slammed the door, rested my head on the cool leather and sighed, seeing my frostbitten breath appear as a cloud in front of me. Having him next to me in that moment was the best I had felt for days. I felt like Swiss cheese that had found the missing holes. He crashed into a heap into my lap, straining the seatbelt. The ball, formerly known to me as Derek, started shaking and crying. You were the only one to come get me, to care. The only one, he managed, between breathy gulps. I knew different. An actor usually doesn't see the running around behind the curtain. Before we could talk more, he passed out cold on me. The driver, not realizing he was no longer mentally there, half yelled, "She really loves you," to Derek. I just nodded my head, watching the snow fall to the sides of the car.